G'day, I'm Trent Maxwell,
And I'm Leigh Mason.
and we want to welcome you to our Live, Learn, Survive podcast. Since 2018, Leigh and I travelled the globe and met face to face with over 30,000 children in 6 countries across 3 continents. We created a series of award-winning children's books, a global online education program, and are founders of the Live, Learn, Survive charity, all focused on teaching children and young adults life skills that will not only help themselves but help others too. We're on a mission to spread awareness about fire, water safety, and first aid education to inspire the next generation of first responders. So join us for the next half an hour with some fun, inspiration, and kindness, and we'll try and learn something too. How are you this week, Leigh? Welcome aboard.
I'm back, Maxi. I'm a year older. Literally a year older, and what a weekend it was.
What a weekend, and I hope it was. I hope it was good. I hope
it was excellent. I had a great weekend. So started on Friday, and then so we're doing it for tell everybody it's Monday.
It is
very
Monday.
Early this week, because by the time this goes out, I will be probably just about in London, I reckon.
Yeah.
Ooh, so it's Monday. So my birthday was yesterday, and we're getting in a bit early this week. So big Friday, big Saturday, very lazy Sunday.
It's good. Well, it's well deserved. It's your birthday. You're not meant to do much on your birthday.
Exactly. Felt a bit guilty. I got to the afternoon and I was thinking, this is a bit unusual. What should I be doing? But I just then I remembered, no, it's your birthday. So here we are, last one.
Before you go away.
Before I go away, let's do it. What have we got?
We do have some great guests over the next couple of weeks, guys. So don't think that we're going to have a couple of weeks off. We've done pre-recorded guests.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some great guests over the next 6 to 7 weeks.
And I'm going to crop up in the middle.
Yes.
With a guest.
We are going to have a relatively live chat.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, exactly.
But we do have a fair bit to talk about this week, Leigh, so we'll get into the quote.
Let's go. Okie dokie. Right, what do we got then, Maxi? Okay. Quote of the week.
The quote of the week this week is, great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. How good's that?
Good quote. So no impulse, but a series of small things brought together, and then
small steps lead to great distances, and that's a really good. It's a really good.
And then really great things. So nothing's impulsive about it. It's all planned.
It's all happening
most of the time.
If it's not planned, just roll with it.
Yeah, roll with it. Exactly. So, right. Okie dokie. So what do we got next then, Maxi? Good news.
Yeah, there's a bit of good news this week, Leigh.
And,
again, we touched at the start of this podcast, but it's your birthday. And happy birthday again.
So I had some lovely messages from people all over the world, and some of the people, thank you. If you're one of those people that sent me a message through Insta or whatever, very well appreciated, really. And I even got a FaceTime singing happy birthday from you and the crew, everyone's favourite fire station, Piers and Max, the, friends of the show. Absolutely. It was great. I had some really lovely messages. So, good day was had, and just got to stick with this one. No one wants birthdays racing around too quick at my age, so I'll embrace this one and we'll go with it. So that was good. I got a nice story.
Yes, what have you got?
Yes. So this story. So we're going to Italy today, Maxi. One I little found on the internet. Yes, Italia. So a retired teacher promotes reading in isolated villages with a library on wheels. And he's got like a little 3-wheeler truck, and the back of the truck is converted into double doors that are like bookshelves and a library. So his name is Antonio, and he's a resident of the Basilicata region.
Yeah.
Spent 42 years teaching children before he retired, and then as a love of literature, dedicated his life to literature. So after he was retired, he turned his ape three-wheeler van into a little library on wheels. And because he was passionate about witness firsthand how books can spark curiosity and inspire learning. And he made it his mission to bring stories and knowledge to these children in isolated villages. So he normally only stops in villages with less than 1,000 people. Mm-hmm. He engages the locals, reads stories to the kids, and then gives away books to those who may have never owned one. Wow. So additionally, Antonio carries exercise books where children can write the first chapter of a story, which he then takes to the next village, and then the kids there continue the tale. Yeah, wow. He said he didn't want to grow old in a country of non-readers.
How good's
Good on you, Antonio.
Great story.
Cutest little van. And if anyone who's looking on the YouTube might see that. Can you see that, Maxi?
Stand by. I've got the notes up. There you go. How good's the truck?
Hey,
that's
spectacular. There we go, Antonio. So great little story there. Good news story. So yes, and then the next one, you've got a bit of stuff going on, Maxi.
To talk about. So I can't give too much away, but we've got a potential podcast over in the US.
Yes.
Maybe potentially in the next couple of weeks or a couple of months.
Yes. Love a chat. New friends.
A little bit left field, this email, and we're going to just see if it all works out, and it'll be good to have a chat about Live, Learn, Survive, lifeguarding and firefighting. So I'm excited for that. We've got a couple of MP meetings. We talk about MPs a lot the last few weeks and months, but it's all coming ahead. I do have a couple of meetings around Sydney on Thursday, which would have been yesterday when this podcast comes out. And the Smoke Alarm Initiative kicks off this weekend on the 1st.
Absolutely, it does. It does. And also, we just locked in today one of the schools that's been sponsored from Charity Night in February, a brand new school down in Redland Bay. 400 kids are waiting for you.
I'm looking forward to them.
That'll be great. 400 kids.
30,000 plus. It'll be
nudge it up. So things are happening there. So excellent.
I'm going to quickly say, before we move on to the next part, the Smoke Alarm Initiative.
Yes.
It's actually, there's a smoke alarm going off in the background.
I know. Where's that going on?
Oh, maybe next door. Not our place. But it's the 1st of June. But it's embargo to talk about the actual name and the hashtags that go with it. So in the next couple of weeks, when we have our get together while you're in the UK, we'll talk more about it, over the month of June. So be prepared. Okay. You will see a few socials around smoke alarms and the Live, Learn, Survive stuff, and the new video, that we filmed a number of months ago.
Yes.
We'll be able to release that, so it's exciting.
Excellent stuff. So, yes. So what do we got next then, Maxi?
Some unfortunate news, Leigh. What have you got?
Well, been out for dinner. We've had a complaint about the podcast.
A complaint? What's happened?
Barney, he's had a letter. So I went out for dinner, and my sister's sister-in-law, so we call her my sister, the lovely Jodie, started to cry on the Gold Coast Highway, listening to us on her way to work.
What story?
The story of Franz and the little doll last week. The little girl that lost the doll, and Franz wrote the letters, and, she said, I'm halfway along the motorway down the Gold Coast, and she goes, you made me cry. I was like, Jodie, I'm so sorry. But she said, great story. So I said, look, I'll take that back to the podcast.
To find better stories.
So I'm like, so if we, hopefully this week's, we'll get a better review, because it was a happy one with the library.
Well, it is a good one. I really
So,
enjoyed that one.
so Barney's had a letter, complaints department.
Sorry, Jody.
Sorry, Jody.
Um,
Oops. This is,
yeah,
I'm just seeing the notes now, Maxie. This is not good. We go from one form of transport to another.
I think
Tell
that
me all
it
about
was
it.
the bike the other week. Now it's the car again. Car's
Mm-hmm.
playing up again. After shift the other day, driving through the M8 tunnel, which is a brand new tunnel.
Yeah,
I started to smoke and overheat, and only got service the other week, so I'm a bit worried. But rest assured, I got home safely, and then I managed to get back to the fire station the next day because I didn't. It was a Saturday.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was back on shift on the Sunday. All the garages and all the mechanics are closed, so I had to take the gamble to go from home back to the Bankstown yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and unscathed, got to the work. I got the boys to have a look over the car, and we kind of worked out it's not the head gasket, which is very expensive to fix.
Oh, no one wants that going.
Um, but we think it's the radiator. There's a little bit of a crack in the radiator. So we just got to keep an eye on
Ah,
the water and the coolant.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I can kind of band-aid fix it. I do have
Yeah.
another 3 to 4 months left of at least through the firies that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of nursing it
Yeah.
until I get to October. And if I can get to October, I can do a trade-in and
And
knock it up.
switch the car. So, well, it can just behave because it's far too far to get to
Well,
the fire station on the scooter.
I've gone too far. It's 4.5 years. It's 2011 Jeep Wrangler
Mm-hmm.
Sport. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
think, they always break down. To give it credit, the last 4.5 years has been bliss. It's
Hang
only in the
on,
last
where's some wood? I've got a wooden desk.
good.
Touch wood.
It's only in the last probably 2 or 3 months where little things are starting to show. But
Mm,
hindsight, Band-Aid fixes.
mm.
If anyone's out there as a mechanic to give me some good advice, but I do look at a few YouTube videos. I was walking through Super Cheap Auto the other day buying my first bottle of coolant.
Ah,
So, there's a first for everything, and I'm kind
mm,
of taking the challenge on.
yeah.
It costs you thousands
Well,
of dollars.
all I'll say,
So you
Maxie,
can
is
kind of,
regular servicing. It saves you in the long run. Anyway,
I think it
good
does.
stuff.
Don't a lot of
Yes.
mechanics rip
Mm.
you off though. Cash is king.
No, no, cash is king. No,
Anyways,
that's only when they see women walking.
or someone with no blisters on their hands like mine.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
my
Yeah,
family.
yeah. That's obviously a pen pusher. Or a girl, or yeah, that won't be cheap, love.
Band-Aid fixes. Uh,
Apologies there for offending all the mechanics. Anyway, never mind. Right, what do we got next? Oh, job of the week, Maxie. You've had a day, mate.
yeah, it was a pretty big Sunday. I just come off shift
Mm,
this morning. It
mm,
is Monday, the 27th of May.
it is.
But yeah, I had a really eventful shift yesterday.
Yes.
I won't go into too much detail because it could be
Mm,
sensitive for the listeners and people listening.
exactly.
But I could just run through the rap sheet at the fire station. So we had, normal Sunday. We had a smoking vicinity, which was due to
Hmm.
burnouts from a wedding down in
Oh,
Greenacre. Uh, we had
excellent.
a assist public, which come through the notes was a potential electrocution, which wasn't an electrocution. It was someone having a seizure. Then we were
Mm-hmm.
called from there over the radio to respond to an aircraft crash, a plane crash at Bankstown
Mm-hmm.
Airport.
Saw that on social media.
So we
Mm-hmm.
responded to that. Luckily, the pilot and his passengers survived. They were very lucky. They ran out of fuel and they glided in and they landed on
Ran
the
out of
taxiway.
fuel.
They didn't
Whoa.
even, well, not ran out of fuel. Sorry, they had an engine like
Oh,
failure.
I'm at engine malfunction. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Um, and they were very lucky. He skimmed the trees. Below the trees was a petrol station. So if he did hit the tree a little bit more square, it would have pivoted the plane straight into the petrol station into a factory. So
That's not
that
good.
wouldn't have been good.
So
Uh,
he played a blinder.
yeah. And then we went from there back to the station to talk about the plane crash and like to have a debrief about what could have happened and what we could have done better. And then the bells went off for a rescue incident where a lady was a passenger in a car, and the husband and the family knew that she lost the left side feel into her body, which we all know the fast the fast acronym when it
Yeah.
comes to stroke.
Yeah.
This lady was having a severe brain bleed, and they pulled over into the car park, called the ambos. The ambos called us because she was. It was a difficult extrication to get her out of the vehicle, but we
Yeah.
had the tools and the equipment
Yeah.
to be able to do that. So we got there really quickly. We come up with a rescue plan to get her out of the car quickly and safely. Max is a paramedic, as some of people that have listened to this
Yes.
in the past know.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to drive an ambulance. So we gave a lights and sirens escort with the fire truck and the ambulance to Liverpool Hospital.
Yeah.
Luckily she got there really quickly. They managed to stabilise her. I'm not sure the outcome. Got back into station area from Liverpool, which is probably a 10-15 minute drive. We went down to Brothers Kebabs, which is a kebab place. We usually cook it on shift. We were
Yeah,
always
well, it was a very impressive meal a couple of nights
a
ago, as
couple
I
of
did
months back.
mention to the
Blue Line.
boys. I saw that. Yeah. Mm.
We
So
always
last night was been a busy day. Just a
busy
quick
day. Let's
bob in,
treat
get a
ourselves.
kebab.
Sunday night kebab.
Totally.
Yeah, we were there for about 10 minutes getting our food. We were having some of our food. We saw police cars race past, and and then our MDT, which is our alarm system tablet, that went off and said MVA person's trapped, car accident, which was on Millperry Road, which is very close to where we were.
Yeah.
Luckily, we were very close to this incident. It was a major incident, and I'm not going to go into detail, but it was
Yeah.
a double fatality.
Yeah, and it's been all over the news today in
Yeah.
Australia, and very very sad. So
It was very sad, and like I said, I'm not going to go into detail. It was one of those jobs where you never want to go to, but the credit to the ambos, the police, and and us, and the fire, and the fireys that were there. We had a job to do. We got to work. We ended up. One of the passengers, or the two passengers in the back seat, were deceased, but we managed to get one of them out of the back seat and then go around and get to work with the driver, release the driver, and we did a rescue. We did what we could, and we did a good debrief. We spoke about the incident. We had the chaplain come
yeah.
to the station to have a chat with us because it was a major event.
Mm.
And it was awesome to have a cup of tea and have a talk, which is important in any workplace or any high stressful job or any emergency services that are listening. It's always important to get peer support, people to come
Yeah.
in, chaplain, family, friends, talk about the
Absolutely.
incident, get it off your chest.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're lucky enough to have him come and visit the station. And then we had a relatively steady night. There was nothing major after that. And then
Hmm.
I worked at Bondi today, and it was a very normal day. There was a couple of rescues, and I ended up doing a rescue in the north corner, a little 8-year-old kid. So talk about throughout
Yeah.
the 24 to 48 hours of how much could happen. Still doing rescues at 4 o'clock on the Monday afternoon, and it's winter here in Sydney, or
Yeah.
mid-winter, I should say. But yeah,
Hmm.
it was a big couple of days, and
And most importantly, did you get a run in at lunchtime?
yes, I did get a run in.
Get your run in because you said
I
I'm
ran.
going to go running.
I go for a run. Running for me is like my little escape. I say
Yes.
escape, but it's just a good to move the body and get your mind thinking. And I had some classic tunes playing, and just
Hmm.
trying to keep your mind busy
Yeah.
from a traumatic situation and scene that myself and the crews had to
Yeah.
deal with and see. And no one
Yeah.
wants to see that sort of stuff. But
No.
people that have been listening to the podcast for a long time, I do talk about the jobs of the week, and I think there's an element for people or the public to know the sort of work that emergency services deal with, especially firefighters. A
Mm.
lot of people don't realise. People think we just do fires, but we do rescue. We do all sorts of different situations and
Yeah.
so on. And I don't go into too much detail about people's names and who they are and how
No.
old
No.
they
No.
are. But
Absolutely.
I do talk about some of the jobs that we do go to at Bankstown
Yeah.
and other fire stations. And last thing I'll say about everything is, just make sure you look after yourselves. I did get a follow-up phone call from peer support today to make sure that myself and the crew are doing okay.
Yeah,
So, it's important to talk. It's important to get things off your chest. It's important to exercise, and it's important to look at different perspectives of situations to make you have a positive, clearer mind
yeah,
about things. You can definitely get into a bit of a downward spiral, but if you think about different perspectives and positivity and like look at it in a different angle, it might make you deal with the
yeah.
stressful and traumatic situation better.
Exactly, and I knew I actually didn't even see the news last night, which I didn't even see anything on anywhere or whatever,
Around
and then
7:30 at night, so I think it's
I didn't
probably
make the news or anything. And then I saw the news this morning, and I thought, oh, and then I flipped the TV on, and there you were on the telly news, and I thought, yeah, there they go, and that's when I said to you, even with this, do you want to do? We were talking about doing this podcast. Are you right? Do you want to do it? If you don't want to do it, we wait and that. But you said no. We go. I'll have gone for a run. We'll be good.
yeah. I think
And here we are. So, hats off to you, Maxi, and all the lads as well, because, you were there yesterday morning all singing me happy birthday and had no idea what was ahead of you, which is just as well. So,
yeah. And all I'm going to quickly say is, the podcast, we haven't missed a week in 2 years. Maybe there's been the odd week here and there,
yeah,
but we're very, we're very onto us delivering this podcast to the people that listen all across the world. And, it's again, I'm still kind of talking about it, so it's good for me to get things off my chest. So it's
yeah,
good to be busy and not dwell and run away from things. You just need to keep doing what you're doing.
absolutely. Yeah,
And I'm really passionate about Live, Learn, Survive, as you know. And
yeah,
the stuff that we do with Live, Learn, Survive educates and teaches kids and young adults and people that do come across stressful situations of how to survive their worst day. So, you know,
yeah,
um, it's kind of one big full circle moment. The bystanders and people were first on scene. Members of the public were first on
yeah.
scene last night. And from reports, people were doing first aid. So,
Wow.
and
Isn't that incredible?
just we're a couple of minutes away, but if you can stop bleeding, or if you can
Yeah.
support the head or support the neck, or potentially
Every
move
little bit
the
helps. Or
area,
just, or you know what, Maxi, you talk about all the time, reassurance.
reassurance is
Helps
amazing.
on the way, helps on the way,
But anyway, yeah,
Ah,
heavy story.
big,
Sorry,
big
mine's
24 hours. So, good on you for talking about it, Maxie. Like you say, it helps you, it helps other people, and it helps keep everything in perspective with everything else we talk
yeah,
about. So that is your second shift of the week. You've got a couple of
couple of
days
days.
now where you can recover.
Yep, 100%.
Good job done.
Well, moving on now. We've got the tip of the week.
Okay, tip of the week.
Yeah, in the past, we've had a number of these floods.
Yep.
There hasn't been too much rain this autumn or
Mm-hmm.
coming into winter, but this week's episode on the Skills for Life program is floods. So I talk about floods. I'm actually up in Brisbane in this video about the recent floods that happened
Yes.
up in Queensland and northern New South Wales about a year and a half ago. So it's quite relevant. Talk about the things to look for when it comes to flooded waters. Stay away. Do not drive through them.
Yep.
Don't play around drains. All sorts of different things could happen. So just give you a bit of awareness around the risks and hazards around flood water and floods.
Yep. Yeah. Absolutely good. Good videos, and such an important lesson as well. And I know at the moment, because my Pilates, there's some absolutely horrendous floods in the south of Brazil. Really, really terrible
Actually, I
floods.
heard about that. One of the boys over the weekend, Eddie, was mentioning, he goes, it's the worst floods that South America or Brazil have ever had.
Yes.
Sorry,
And
apologies. And there's not much floods around, but
no. My Pilates instructor Talia, who is the Brazilian pronunciation of Talia, so Talia, her family are from that area, so she's been sharing a lot of the stories. I've been seeing them on social media. She said it's absolutely the amount of people impacted is absolutely terrible. So floods. Hope somebody somewhere sees that, and it's good to be shared. So good job, Maxi. So now,
Yeah, I was
sorry.
just going to say, just before we go to crazy
Mm-hmm.
facts, we haven't done our dad joke. We usually do
Oh,
it
we
after.
haven't. Where? Oh,
So I've only got one this week.
that was me racing into job of the week. Because anyway, getting ahead of myself.
I've only got one this week, and
Oh,
this
okay.
this comes from one of the boys at work, Max.
Oh, okay.
He come in the other day and he was telling me this one. So hopefully it gets the same reception to the people listening.
Okay.
Why was the Mexican man taking medication for anxiety?
Oh, Maxi and Max. I don't know why the Mexican man was taking medication for anxiety.
It was to treat his Hispanic attack. And I hope I delivered that well because the way that
You
Max do it, Hispanic attacks.
you did very well there,
Yeah,
Maxi. That made
I'm
me
not
laugh.
taking the credit. It's Max's.
It's Max's joke. Absolutely. Well played, Max. More of them. That's a goodie. So okay.
Hispanic attacks. Yeah,
It's
anyway.
panic attacks. Okay, right. So Maxi, I've been looking all day. I can't find a precise definition for the word ambiguous.
That's a big word.
It's unclear, inexact. It's open to more than one interpretation.
Yeah, I think we win this week with the jokes. I think.
Yeah. I got another one for you. Do you know what? I just saw a burglar kick his own door in.
Wow.
He must have been working from home.
And
Terrible.
I do have one because we might have new listeners. We might have new listeners. So I've said this one before, but what's red and bad for your teeth?
What is red and bad for your teeth?
A brick. We are a PG podcast, not G, so I guess I can say that one.
Look, we're not even just recycling dad jokes. We're recycling bad dad jokes. That's what we're.
No, favorite all-time one is: Did you hear about the fire at the circus?
It's intense,
It was intense.
and it's like my favourite one. What do the donkeys at lunch have for? What do the donkeys in Blackpool have for lunch? Half an hour. Anyway, by the by, right. Crazy facts, Maxi. What?
Yeah, we've got a couple of crazy facts here, Leigh, this week. A single strand of spider silk is thinner than a human hair, but also 5 times stronger than steel of the same diameter. This makes
Whoa!
spider silk one of the strongest natural fibers known. Wow.
Clever them spiders.
They are. Sharks have been around longer than trees. Sharks first appeared around 400 million years ago, while the earliest trees appeared around 350 million years ago. Wow. It's crazy to think 400 to 350, it might not seem that much, but 50 million years, it's a long time.
That's a long time. That's a long
time
time.
that sharks were getting around and there was no trees. If they were looking outside or the water, they
just swimming along.
Where is it? Okay. A day on Earth used to be 18 hours long. Around 1.4 billion years ago, the Earth's rotation was faster, making days shorter. There you go.
Really? So the planet slowed down?
Apparently. The Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller during the summer. The iron structure expands when heated, causing it to grow slightly.
That's why the train tracks have all those gaps.
Yeah, and I remember last week we were talking about this last week we were talking about a head, a heart, and our gut. Humans have a second brain in their gut, in the stomach. The enteric nervous system contains around 100 million neurons and can operate independently of the brain, controlling digestion and other functions.
That's
So,
amazing. Well, they always say, don't they? Your gut, listen to your gut, knows what your head hasn't worked out yet. That's what they say.
what have you got? Good?
Well, I was leading in to smoke alarms,
Yes.
being as it's going to be the 31st of May. So, not specifically for smoke alarms, but just some facts about things happening around the home. So, electrical appliances and faults cause nearly 40% of home fires. I know that you all know all this stuff because
No,
this
it's
is
good.
your
It's
job,
people
but
at
it's
home.
good that people to know these things. You're twice as likely to die in a home fire if you don't have a working smoke alarm. Twice as likely. So if you've got a working smoke alarm, you're halving the risk.
It's very important.
That is, for something so simple, that is massive, isn't it? When you're asleep, you won't smell the fire from smoke.
Mm-hmm.
You won't smell the fire. Did I say that right, Maxi?
You won't smell the fire. You won't smell the smoke. Smoke won't.
Yes.
You won't smell the smoke, and it will actually put you more to sleep. And a lot of
Yep.
people don't realize that.
They don't realise that. The use of heaters, cigarettes, and candles are common causes of fire. How many times do you have to go back and check the candles are out?
Always.
You've got to check
Stove,
them.
if you have a gas stove, make sure you always turn the knobs off.
Yeah. And in New South Wales, 4,500 fires a year, domestic, and many of them start in the kitchen.
We do go to a lot of foodstuffs a lot, and it's terrible that it's a lot of people on the fly. They cook their eggs, they poach eggs, and then they leave the water
Unattended.
over a couple of hours while they're at work, and then their pot catches on fire.
Get distracted and then go somewhere else. Yeah, exactly. So distraction, being distracted. So that's kind of it's the 31st of May by the time people are listening to this.
That's nearly there.
1st of June, stuff happening. Yeah, excellent. So there you go. There's a few facts from me, Maxi.
Good stuff.
To just share what you know every day, but with the good people that maybe don't.
Yeah.
So there we go.
We're going to be talking a lot about smoke alarms over the next month. So be prepared to be overindulged. And
excellent. So right, okay, reflection.
Yeah, reflection this week, Leigh. See the note here. 7 years ago.
7 years ago, the memory came up and I sent the photo. The two of us sat in Sydney Airport at 3 a.m. in the morning, checking in to go to ye olde London town. Yeah. That was the trip that started the seed, that started the path, that started the Live, Learn, Survive. Yeah. And I just thought, the irony is that I'm going to be making that journey this week. Going to land at Heathrow. Going to be turning left down to Dorset, exactly the way we went. And I'll think 7 years. I'll think a few of those milestones along the way as I do it.
It was a great trip, and it definitely sowed the seed of planting the seed, I should say, of Live, Learn, Survive coming to what it is. And we met some, and we still keep in touch with the people that we met on that trip. And
Zach and Max, I'll never forget Zach and Max sat on the beach. Bless them.
We built those relationships over time, and you're going to be there, and we're going to be doing a couple of podcasts with new friends over the next couple of weeks. So keep an eye out. We are. So just that cropped up in the memories because remember it was my birthday, and I extended my birthday by 9 hours. Because we were flying and gaining time. Yeah. So my birthday lasted for 24 and 9 is 33 hours. How cool was that? That's cool. That is cool.
So yes, it was funny. And that was the time that, remember, Andrew flew ahead of us on points on another airline. Yeah. And he left me in the garage and I said, I'll see you in London in a day and a half.
Yeah.
And it was just crazy. And so yeah, all good. I will retrace those steps this week and think of everyone we've met in the process. So good reflection. All righty. So playlist.
Yeah, playlist this week, Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran. That is a great song. So I'm
It
glad.
is a great song, and I love this song, and it always makes me a little bit nostalgic for going back to England because it reminds me of, the country lanes and the castle on the hill. And I'm going to be going and seeing a lot of castles, Maxi, and I'm going to send you a photo of every single one of them because
Can't wait.
castling is what we do when we're on tour, isn't it? We get to a town, we have 1 hour, we go find the castle. It's
We learn
castling.
about the many battles of
Yes.
that town or castle.
Yes,
So,
yes. So I am going to send you some stuff that I learn.
I'm looking
So,
forward to it.
so there we go. Castle on the Hill, Ed Sheeran, great song, love it. And for anyone in England, I am on my way. Drive in at 90 or whatever. So yeah, great song. And then last thing, rule for the rule book.
Yeah, rule for the rule book this week, Leigh. I think you should share this one because you wrote this rule. So
I did. You know what? I've just put embrace getting older. I think birthdays are a great time to just stop, reflect, and see just some of the things that your values and what you're. And I'm going to do a post about it on my Insta probably tomorrow. And I just reread these things again every year, and I think, you know what? Everyone's like, gets nervous about the big birthday of it being, 30 or being 40 or whatever. You know what? It's actually brilliant. You know more stuff. Life does get a little bit easier. Physically, it gets a little bit trickier, but it's actually brilliant. Don't
embrace
believe
getting
the
older.
hype. It's
Embrace getting older. 'Cause at the end of the
amazing.
day, it's all a journey, and we tell people if you constantly living in the past or wishing to be back in the past, then you're missing out on the present moment, and you're probably impacting on your future as well.
Absolutely. And don't worry about what's coming ahead and all the rest of it. Just get out and have some
Doesn't exist
fun.
yet.
It's actually, so yeah, embrace it. It's not actually, I tell everyone my age, it's great. Go for it.
Go
It's
for it.
brill. Go
Well,
for it.
on that note, Leigh, I hope you have a safe and wonderful trip. We'll be
Yes.
speaking to you in a couple of weeks. I'm sure people that follow Live, Learn, Survive and follow yourself and myself over the
Yep.
next couple of weeks, you'll see some great places that you're going to be going and visit and so on. So, yeah, I wish you all the best, and we will be touching base with you in a couple of
Yep.
weeks.
We're going to be, I'm going to be meeting some of the Live, Learn, Survive, family over there. I'll share all of that on socials. And we're going to be doing a podcast with Mike Burton, who is absolutely crushing it. Motivational speakers and doing awesome things for his community over there in Cleethorpes. So we're going to have a little catch up when I actually get to meet with Mike, which will be a lot of fun. So,
Nice.
yeah, and enjoy the guests, everyone. We've got some really, really great guests. So really enjoy that. And I will be on socials somewhere up a hill
Yeah.
or in a castle. Alrighty, take care, everybody, and
Take care, everyone.
we will see you soon.
See you soon. Have a safe trip,
Bye.
Leigh. See ya.
This is me flying, Maxi.
Fearless.